fresh drink, courtesy of Carlos Rossi. Burgundy my preference, I drink them by the jug. My finger hugs the ring before every swig. I cherish the taste, little claw on his lip. Bumping Apple Valley is Carlos Rossi in his beer. Poor man's liquor is removed on a Thursday. Pass me another, cause your show's getting thirsty. Hit the spot, wash away my worries with some red wine and a blunt. $5.99 for that big one. The top of the line's the victim. Take it to the face, ain't got shit to chase. Empty out the bottle and use it as a base. See the double come Sunday, ride. They call us Rossi Nights. And I was born to make $1 out of 15. Born to overcome this lifelong struggle. Born at 75 to start bubbling in 99. Inherited some hands-on from this game I played for years. Made a name for myself by jumping on the squares. The only white spitter in the snow today. With the wingspan that stretches from LA to the Bay. Covering the West Coast like I-5. And it ain't gonna stop till these haters realize I spent too many years concentrating on sincerity. But why be honest when half these fools ain't hearing me? Now I'm SFM, orange and black, 24/7, sniffing on some yak. It's your choice not to listen. I ain't force feeding, born to beat the beat, born to be a dope fiend. Y'all thought you had me figured out, but y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Versatile as fuck, but ain't showing it. Why be all extravagant? Every time I bust, I'd rather be quilted, all on that dust. Slaving on the beat, born to walk the street, born to blend in. Born to speak with the guy with a gold tongue. This one's from Frisco. Shout out to Ant and Action Jacks, the invisible. What I see the wild bands, all trivial. In case y'all didn't catch some, I'm the Imperial. Got hoes of polyesters and hoes at the whiskey. A switch in my sock with FOI trying to piss me. And my bitch getting frisky cause she knows it's getting hot. But she don't know I got some. Got her in my wallet. Sniffing on that shit like I was born to do. Spit these raps for the old school.
sometimes I criticize, cause if you ain't authentic, someone's gonna have to make you realize it. Seems like every time I turn around there's some new jack with a new tape. It'd be one thing if they was tight, or half these fools ain't trying to gain recognition by where they from or who they know. But most these fools, they know they met one time at a show. Name dropping any chance they get, yeah, I roll with Boom-T-Boom. That dude ain't shit anyway, so what you trying to prove? People say they know me, none's my homies, they just faces. I wouldn't even consider them acquaintances. Nut riders get no respect, I mean, who am I? Just Joe Bell, and in my spare time I rhyme. Y'all got phone books filled with numbers, but that ain't impressive. I got digits too, my family's in my exes. I know one person who was signed, but he got dropped right away. So I ain't putting shit on it, I just ride away. Complete another tape in a week, no sweat. Just some more product for the jockers to covet, and they love it. So I heard, oh well, just another chance to build up my clientele.
Check this, step onto the scene with the beer in my hand. People disrespecting, but I'm not checking for them, so I still feel like the man. I can't understand why another man can't hate so much. Walking around the club, perpetrating, player hating, and acting tough with a muscle t-shirt on the real. Swell or not, you'll get hurt. Was it worth your while to smile at my face and run my name in the dirt? But it gets worse once it concerns one of your so-called friends. Talking about your relationship will never break, but they'll just bend your friendship a little. When has the little back been and hurt anybody? Well, it hurt me, you jerks be running off at the mouth like kids that need a potty break. Once you rake the leaves, they always seem to come back. Same with backstabbers, once you shake them, they come back, stick to your side like thumbtacks. It's dumb to act like that, but that's how the rumors spread. And all the other haters are sitting around the table waiting to get fed new information. I ain't hating, do your thing, I see you all a mile away. I already know who you are, and you shouldn't have to say no names.
Whether they're jockers or haters, they're still clientele. Whether they're queens or bitches, they're still clientele. Whether they're new jacks or old school, they're still clientele. No matter what they're claiming, they're still clientele. Whether they're jockers or haters, they're still clientele. Whether they're queens or bitches, they're still clientele. Whether they're new jacks or old school, they're still clientele. No matter what they claiming, fool, they still clientele. I won't step aside and jeopardize anything I work for, and don't claim shit besides GPH and West Coast workforce. The two staples enabling me to carry the torch. The crews who got faith that I'll deliver like a stork. Show me you got faith, I'll pay you back tenfold. Stamp all the laws I uphold, a handshake's as good as gold. Believe in the honor system when dealing with comrades, cause I truly feel that for me they break their backs. Can you say the same about your pack? When it comes down to it, do they really got your back? See, I like where I'm planted, right there in the backdrop. Sometimes I feel it's needed to edge myself into the limelight. Act a fool or just flat out bust flow. Pour some liquor in my tank and I'm ready to go. I'm more of a head bobber, letting off steam like a freight train running out of control. There's two sides to every coin, there's two sides to me. There's two sides to a story, which one you gon' believe? See, the truth's important when you try to tell what really happened, or try to build supreme clientele.
Now let me talk about the niggas yapping about they got a crew. Who the hell are you? That's what I be thinking. Wondering if they can do what I do. Maybe they can. With tapes in their hand, they figure someone will buy it. Nowadays, people's treating rap like weed, thinking everyone should try at least one time. First it starts off with busting one rhyme. The next thing you know, you put in a lot of time. Now you got a deal. Niggas would kill for, but it's still way more to it. You had a chance to stop while you were ahead, but you didn't, so you blew it. And I knew it from the start. You would get way caught up in rapping. You could have prevented all this from the start, way before this shit happened. Now niggas is laughing at you. Now you're thinking, what the hell was that? The only deal you got is dealing with the fact you and your crew is whack. Don't be mad, it's your fault, and your crew has something to do with it. Cause they hyped you up when they really should be telling you just forget it. You should've quit this rap shit way before you started. But thanks, because the niggas like you, there is easy targets.
Whether they cuffin' or pimpin', they still clientele. Whether they rapping or listening, they still clientele. Whether they sleeping or awake, they still clientele. No matter what they're claiming, they still clientele. Whether they cuffing or pimping, they still clientele. Whether they rapping or listening, they still clientele. Whether they sleeping or awake, they still clientele. No matter what they're claiming, they still clientele.
Has the beat ever moved you? Got your blood rushing? Prompted that energy to make you start busting? Or calmed you down? Loosen the collar? Change your attitude from chump change to top dollar? I love the power felt after every hard snare. The ability to make a beat appear out of thin air. Only few have it, and use it the right way. Up here we call them geniuses. All business and no play. They got good work ethic. Devote all their time to composing the score that accompanies the rhyme. A couple light taps to the ebony and ivory. First playing, it seems like a bomb goes off inside of me. Can't stop writing, can't pry this pen free. I'ma write until this motherfucker's empty. Only got 21 seconds, but I take it far. I prefer the MPC. What you using, Ant? Also a fan of the SP12, even though it spends most of its time up on the shelf. Immaculate conception, not only upside the technology, like a child in the manger, surrounded by the three kings daily. The MP6, the MP6, the MP6. Also a fan of the SP12, the MP6, the MP6, the MP6. Also a fan of the SP12. Many put creativity aside to record supply personality. 1,200 more positives can all be shadow ridiculous sideshow parodies. Top-notch amateurs misusing grade A instruments. Sitting in front of a sampler, to me is very intimate. I work to get what I got, so I can't respect someone making beats 2 weeks into the game. All of this to y'all is finding breaks off some reprint. No knowledge of the music that you're sampling and stealing. See, I go digging cause I'm a diehard fan. I was raised on trios, quartets, and the old classic rock band. So when I go to work, I do my best to pay tribute. And it just ain't samplers, boy. We got arps and moods too. Hammonds and profits, kalimbas and drum sets, acoustic guitars, harmonicas and trumpets. With the know how to play each one, should the need arise. Just another way to vent and show our passionate side. 3 kings, figure it out for yourself. 606 reasons why it's all heartfelt. Can bust a 7/5 tempo and double it up. Taking the A train to ants is King Joseph Young. 606, 607/5, 606, 606, 7/5 tempo, 7/5 tempo, 7/5 King Joseph Young. 7/5 tempo, 7/5 tempo, 606 reasons, 7/5 tempo, King Joseph Young, King Joseph Young, King Joseph Young. 7/5 tempo, 606 reasons, 606 reasons, 606 reasons, 606 reasons, King Joseph Young, King Joseph Young, King Joseph Young. When 99 started, I was making minimum wage.
teaching second graders how to spell and how to play games. Still dating Nikki, almost got engaged, but then she started lying about where she been them past few days. My life fell apart within the span of a week. She got suicidal and my willpower was weak. Quick to forget, man, how stupid was that? Aimed attention to her and just abandoned my raps. A bedridden girlfriend, manic depressive, wanted to leave, but those eyes held me captive. Waited on her hand and foot just like a captain. Did so much work, I was terminated. No job in a girl who's been playing me. It's all your fault, is all she could say to me. Eventually said fuck it, stuck her then broke out. Hit her late for a weekend and let her move out. Return without a care is as simple as pie. Wasted 2 years on what turned out to be a lie. But all this madness made me be a man. Stand for myself, ditch the crutch and learn to stand. 365 days, bunched up in 12 months, will have their way. Most survive, but some do perish for real. But the clock keeps turning like a Ferris wheel. 365 days, bunched up in 12 months, will have their way. Most survive, but some do perish for real. But the clock keeps turning like a Ferris wheel. Everything came together around the first week of April. Moved out of Cali, settled into the Southwest. Loved every minute, even if I did sleep on the floor. Became inspired again, started rapping again. Befriended a pen, and went from there. Wrote the most beautiful pictures I heard in years. See, just like Phoenix, I was reborn. Emerged from the fire, reshaped, reformed. Soon thereafter, I made my way back north. Working on raps while A composed the score. And to think, earlier this year I lost my niche, but a few months later I was right back in the mix. Coasted through the summer, things were getting better. Just like a puzzle, all the pieces came together. Knock on wood, I think I'm on the come up. 3/4 through the year and shit's finally starting to take shape. 365 days, bunched up in 12 months, will have their way. Most survive, but some do perish for real. But the clock keeps turning like a Ferris wheel. 365 days, bunched up in 12 months, will have their way. Most survive, but some do perish for real. But the clock keeps turning like a Ferris wheel. September came along and everything was cemented. Another week in LA and this time I benefited. Rekindled my romance with the Southland. Accepted an offer I just couldn't decline. So far so good as we approach the millennia. Rolling with a pack who's comfortable with my ideas. Folks like Ant, beat makers in their heyday. And MCs like Subby who go out of their way. Young radio making me feel at home. A night bar hopping on a sunset stroll. Premonition, a drinker like me can't forget Meg Abusive, a true DOG. That's what I call family. Although we ain't the closest, we work well together and we're more than associates. Like anyone, we've had hardships, obstacles to overcome as well as ego trips. I know we ain't perfect, but that's when to grow on. Acknowledging our flaws is what makes us so strong. In retrospect, what started out to be disastrous turned out to be prosperous. 365 days, bunched up in 12 months, will have their way. Most survive, but some do perish for real. But the clock keeps turning like a Ferris wheel. 365 days, bunched up in 12 months, will have their way. Most survive, but some do perish for real. But the clock keeps turning like a Ferris wheel.
Sometimes I find myself in the bathroom hanging from a rope, wishing I could leave this crazy world without you, little girl, but I just can't do it. 'Cause without you in heaven, I may as well be in hell.
Laid up in an apartment overlooking the dock. 3 girls in pajamas, straight exchanging pillow talk. You know, gossiping about dudes and which ones they kissed. I heard Joseph Young was #1 on their list. They heard I rubbed down full body massages, getting all up in them erogenous zones. Can't touch too hard, it's a must to be gentle. Girlfriend was beautiful, like a slow instrumental. Let me light these candles and draw a warm bath. Sit between my legs as I'm rubbing your back. Can I dry you off, girl? You seem too damp. I wouldn't want you to catch cold and burn up like a lamp. Let's go cuddle and listen to some slow jams. A quiet night alone, just you and your man. Barry White bringing out the love in us. You can tell me all, I'm a face you can trust.
Down the lights,
Turn down the lights, girl.
we about to get it on tonight.
Gonna get it on tonight.
I invested my
As
time
much time as you need.
just to make you
All
mine.
mine.
You got that certain savoir-faire
So classic.
that make me wanna love you here.
Right here.
I knew it from your rhythm and walk. You was down for the pillow talk.
Let me caress you, girl. I'll never test you, girl. Won't get the best of you, girl. Just wanna sex you, girl. Be with you through thick and thin. Won't leave your side once the climax ends. My only inspiration till death do us part. I love the late night after our pillow talk. You tell me your dreams, I'll make them come true. No sweat off my back, I'll give the world to you. Baby, you so special, don't settle for less. Worth every penny that a brother invests. Body shaped like an hourglass, too perfect to tinker with. So don't trip if I stare and admire for a minute. Can I get the digits and call you later on? Spoil you with caviar and Dom Perignon. Nothing too good for my number one girl, my beautiful black pearl.
Turn down the lights,
New girl,
we about to get it on
we gonna
tonight.
get it on all night.
I invested my
Quit
time
my job, girl.
just to make you
Just to
mine.
make you mine.
You got that certain savoir-faire
Have warfare.
that make me wanna love you here.
Right here in my heart, girl.
I knew it from your rhythm and walk.
You can switch it, girl.
You was there for the pillow talk.
All of you women are nothing but beautiful minerals to me, to collect and put upon my shelf for prosperity. Obsidian, onyx, alabaster, sandstone, limestone, titanium, platinum. What is your birthstone, baby? I'll buy your whole body for it. You know I love you so.
I love you so. I love you so. I love you so.
Forever.